This meeting is now being recorded.
Yeah, Pratish.
Mukesh, you can mute everyone or ask people to mute by pressing star 6.
I'm going to mute everybody's screen audio. And if you have any questions, what I would suggest is if you can just raise your hand. There is an option at the bottom, raise hand, which you can use to raise a question. So, Pratish, you will need to unmute yourself before you speak. Okay?
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I am Pratish Patnaik, and I lead the Focus Business Solution Group in SAP Custom Development in APJ. And today I'm going to present you about a new exciting solution from SAP, SAP Screen Personas. This is an amazing solution using which you can really transform your SAP GUI to something like this, as you see here. I just did that for a customer yesterday night, and this is what we transformed the main menu or SAP to something like this. Okay, so in today's agenda, I'm going to give a quick introduction about SAP Screen Personas, features of SAP Screen Persona in a nutshell, and I'm going to show you some of the sales and distribution screens which is personalized using Persona, and I'm going to also show you a quick demo how you can do it yourself to appreciate how simple it is to really use SAP Screen Persona. And in the end, we'll have some time for Q&A and we can answer your questions. So, using SAP Screen Persona, you can really simplify SAP Screen, make it look more pleasant, more aesthetically beautiful, and you can hide all the clutter, things which you don't need. You can hide tabs, you can hide fields which you don't need. You can simplify screens, thereby you can actually improve user satisfaction. You can improve the SAP adoption, and all this you can do without doing any coding. So absolutely no coding, mostly by dragging and dropping, you can create amazing screens. And because the screens can be simple, you can also reduce your training time. So what is SAP Screen Persona? Using this solution, you can transform SAP Screen from this to this within 10 minutes. Okay? So some of the other examples which we did for customer is a customer called CS Energy. We transferred their main menu from here to something like this. As you see, it looks really, really good. It looks like a modern website with nice colors, and there are some buttons on the top by which frequently used transactions can be accessed from main menu. Some of the other examples, as you see here, which we did using SAP Screen Persona. So some of the features which is there in Persona, as we are going to see in a very short time, is a drag and drop simplicity. Using just by dragging and dropping and rearranging, you can hide screen elements, you can rearrange screen elements, change labels, colors, and stuff like that. Mukesh, can you mute, please? Again. And you can add or convert controls. So you can add new controls, new buttons for transactions and web pages. You can add new input boxes, sticky notes, images. You can convert input fields to drop down or radio button and make non-mandatory to mandatory fields. You can add or update tooltips. You can add a HTML viewer to either a display video, which can be a training video, or a web page. If you want to, let's say, show a report using a web page, you can do that. For efficiency, it's not about only simplicity. Using SAP Screens Persona, you can really increase the efficiency of SAP Screens. Mukesh, sorry, can you please mute everyone? Star 96, please.
इसमें आएगा
Okay, so you can automate steps by recording scripts and passing
Hello.
parameters. So
दवाई तो आ रही है
and you can merge tabs. That is, you can get details from one tab and put it in another tab and hide unnecessary tabs. You can rearrange hide columns in an LV grid. And on administration side, you can create a flavor and share it with a user group or group of users. Let's go to the screen now and see. Let's go to the system now and see some of the demos. Okay. What you are seeing now is the real SAP screen personas demo, and this is we have transformed the basic view, which looks like this, to something, let's say something like this. Yeah, so you can do it like this, or maybe something like this. Yeah, and here, as you see here, there are some buttons here, and some of the buttons also are scripts by which you can go to a particular screen by skipping some steps. Okay, so let's show you one. Let's do a search. Let's say if you want to do a sales order display, you have to go to VA03 first screen and then enter the sales order there or search and then press enter and it goes to display. Now here we have a sales order lookup. So if I want to, let's say, look for a sales order, I just so I can go to the sales order directly from here by skipping a step. This is by careful scripting. This is to increase efficiency. And you can go to here directly. It's not my default. So what you saw before is a basic view. This is a modified flavor using personas. You can set that as your default. And if you want, if you just click on this, yeah, so this is something amazing here. So I clicked on the search customer, which opens the XD03 screen. And if you see here, this is also modified using SAP screen persona. And this is the address of the customer. So what you are seeing here is actually a Google map which displays the exact address of this customer. And what we have done here is, again, no coding. We have done an HTML viewer here, which opens a Google map and takes this information which is displayed on the screen to populate the map. The basic view looks like this. Yeah, so this is how the SAP GUI looks, and this is what you can do using SAP screen persona. Yeah, so that's simple. Let's go back and show you some more features before. So if you see here, we have a open simple order entry screen, and this is a VA01 create sales order. This is how it looks. Let's show you that. Yeah, this is how it looks. In reality, it has the order type with F4 and the sales organization. So you have to enter all this before you create an order. Now, what you have in here is a modified screen. Let's say I go here, and a modified screen which converts a input box to a drop down. So I can select a drop down from here, customer, quantity, and I can go and create the order directly. Okay, so if I say this, and decide to choose this product and make it quantity 4 and create a standard order, what it will do is it will create an order and come back to the screen and display the order details here. So it will create an order, save it, and come back. And just give it a minute. Yeah, so as you see here, we created an order 15681. It stayed on the same screen. It come back and displayed me the message, the status bar message, which comes once you save the order. So this is something which is achievable using Persona without any coding. It's very little coding required. So just to say that the 15681 is really created, we can go and check that again. So we go back to our main screen and look for this order 15681. Search, and what we will see is the order already created. Yeah, and this is the display sales order. The basic view again looks like this. Yeah, so as you see here, the tabs which are unnecessary have been removed. Things have been made clearer, nicer. Okay, so at this point, enough of demonstration of showing the capability. Let's take a screen now and show you how easy it is to do that. Okay, so to create a screen like this, all you have to do is create a copy. When you say create a copy, actually you are creating a flavor, and this flavor can be assigned to a group or a user group or a particular user. So I say index. The moment I do that, my editor is open and I can use to clear the screen first. All I have to do is I have to click on a control, press on this I, things are gone. So it's that simple. I can change this, the way it looks just by clicking, rearranging and stuff like that. So I'm going to hide this as well. And I'm going to take this thing, this place where I put the transaction code. I take some of the controls from here, drag and put it somewhere. If I don't need this as well, I'll just hide this. Good. If you want to change the appearance of a control or the text of a control, you just have to double click and edit them. So write whatever you want. So you can also write in any local language if you want to make it easier for your. So good thing is, if you want to write in Hindi, you can also do that and cut and paste and put Hindi here without really changing the underlying language. So say exit. So as you saw here, I just edited the controls and make it more readable. Now what we can do is we can add some more things. So let's add an image to this. So all you have to do is upload an image. We only allow JPEG and PNG to upload it because other images are of bigger resolution and bigger size. So we want to make it. Okay, so I just take an image from here. I'll take maybe this. And as I see, my image will start appearing here, and I can put the controls back to the image. So
Pratish, this is Mukesh here. I think there is a lot of background noise again. So let me just put everyone on mute again, and you can unmute yourself and speak again. Is that okay?
yeah.
The voice is not very audible, please.
Well, good. Now it's better. Everyone is muted except me. That's nice. So, so what you can see is you can add a image and put the controls on it. So I just put that here. Now let's add some more controls just to demonstrate the capability. What you can do is you can add a launch button. As I said, these are the shortcuts to go to a transactions or a web page. So here, let's say I'm going to put create sales order, and the transaction code I put VA01. So as you know, this is the transaction code for creating a sales order. And to display some other capability, I'm going to also add a text box. So you can add new input buttons or new input text box to the screen without modifying any data element in the backend. So this text box can be used to pass a parameter to a script or to a web page or to a RFC by which you can call them. So let me add a script button here. Let's say I call it display user. Okay, right now there is nothing behind it, so I'm just going to keep the script button here next to the text box, and I'm just going to record a script later. Then let's add one more thing, one more launch button. This time, instead of adding a transaction code, let's add a web page. So what you can do is you can add a web page, and if you know the web page address, you can just type it, or you can copy the web page address. So this time I am going to write google.com /finance Q equal to SAP. I know that if I click on this, I'll always go and open SAP stock. Now you might want to make it parameterized. You might want to pass the stock code from a text box. So to do that, I'm going to add a text box again, put it here. And to use the content of the text box, what I have to do is simply click on this button again, and instead of having Q equal to SAP here, I'm going to add a key, click on the text box. So the moment I do that, it gives a persona gets the control information to this. And to use this key or the content of the text box, simply I have to put the key in the curly bracket. That's it. No coding, nothing. Okay, now some more stuff, let's quickly. So a label. Here I'll say the best run you can add labels. You can change any labels, all the labels which appears on SAP screen to anything you want. So every time this flavor is called, the change label will appear. So I'm just going to increase the size a little bit. Maybe make it bold. and just keep this beside the SAP logo. Okay, now at this point, let's also add a background image. So quickly, so I'll just click on this and add a background picture and upload. And this time I'm going to add okay. So background, the JPEG, open, and the background. Well, so with this, our first creation is complete. As you see, we have transformed a basic view to do this within maybe 5 minutes. So 7 exit. Now let's see our creation, whether things work fine. Yeah. So let's say I want first check stock instead of SAP. Let me check the Microsoft stock, and it will go directly to google.com and open Microsoft stock. Okay. So this is the power. So you can using this you can go to a particular web page and display whatever you want. Now we also do the create sales order here. So if I click on that, it will go to VA01 screen, and the VA01 screen also is a modified one. If you want to see the real VA01 screen here, we saw it before also. It's here, basic view. Yeah. So with that, so you can add launch buttons to go to a different screen. Good. Now what is remaining is a script. So right now there is nothing behind this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to record a script. Okay. So this script can be used actually to automate steps. So you can record as many steps as you want. Let's say you create a sales order, after that you create a delivery, after that you create a billing document. You can record all this together and execute it as one go. So if you have to pass some parameters, that carefully you have to pass using just by copy and pasting from a first screen. So let's record a script now. To record a script, all you have to do is you have to click on this camera button, and you'll see this pink line appearing, and your scripts are ready to be recorded. So the MSU01. So as you see, this first step, I enter the transaction code, then if I know the user ID, so I keep the user ID, then press enter. Once it finds it, I click on the spectacle button. Then I display the user details. Okay. So with this, let's stop the recording. And once I click on that, it will ask me to save a text file. So here I'll say display user. Okay, save it. And now I'll just go back to my main menu, which I just created for Indus. So I'll go back to this main menu, and I'm going to upload whatever I recorded into this script button. So all I have to do is edit this again. And click on the script button. And I'm going to upload the script which I just recorded. That's simple. So let me go to the place where I saved the script. Display user. Yes. So as you see, once I upload it, all the actions which I did a SU01, then I entered a value of I032312 to my I number, did a focus, did a enter. So everything which I did is step by step recorded. Okay. So now if I say OK and execute the script button here, it is going to always display my user ID. So we don't want that. We want to parameterize it. So what we will do now is we edit the script little bit. Very simple edit. So all I have to do is I have to add a user action and click on the arrow here, take the value from the text box. So what it is doing, in this step, I am taking the value from the text box, which is next to the script button, and copying it to a local variable. So I say username. So local variable which is local to this script. That's it. So copy value to a local variable, and this should be the first one because I should get the value in the beginning. So I just move it up by clicking on this till I cannot move it further. So it goes to the top. Now at this place where I have hard-coded or recorded I032312, I just click on this, and instead of I032312, I paste the value from the variable username. So all I did is copied from the personal control to a local variable here, and at this step I am pasting from the local variable which already has the value from the text box. That's it. That is how simple it is to script and automate steps. So let's see our creation now. And so let's search for user ID. And if you see here, it directly goes there, taking the parameter from the text box. Now, one more thing I'm going to show you right now is merging of tabs. As you see here, there are so many tabs here, which many times we don't use or we don't need them. So what you can do is you can get information from a tab and put it on another tab. It is also particularly useful if you are doing doing a lot of input while creating something and going to multiple tabs to enter just one field. That field you can take it out and put it on a particular tab. It's pretty simple. So remember, this is address and SNC tab here, and SNC has these colorful things. So let's try to take some of the SNC information and put it on the address information. Okay. So all you have to do is quickly you just have to create a copy again, tab, and so you click on the tab container, click on the property, and make the tab container caching allowed to yes. Okay, save and exit. And the moment you do that, you will get this button appearing here, the green button here. So you just go and edit again. So what I'm going to do now quickly is that I'm going to click on the green button here, and it will tell me which are the tabs you want to make it visible, which are the tabs you want to make it cacheable. So remember, I just need SNC tabs, so I'm going to hide everything and make everything non-cacheable, everything else. So I'm going to put the information from SNC tab into the address tab, and address tab will display, so I don't have to also make it cacheable. So I just do this also and say OK, and you'll see it immediately all the tabs vanishes, and I have only the address tab and the SNC tab. So I'll go to SNC now. Let's say I want to take this block completely and put it in the address tab. So I'll just click on this, move it out, keep it outside. Okay, and go back to the address tab and remove this, maybe hide it, and put the SNC information into this one. Okay, now I can say maybe I change this address text also, saying that address and SNC merged. This is a very powerful feature. This is really simplify user experience by removing tabs and carefully taking the tabs out. Now, if I want, I can also hide the SNC tab by just clicking on this. It's gone. So 7 exit, and you will get now a clean screen with no extra tabs and information from SNC tab coming to the address tab. Good.
Hello, me.
You can also do a lot of other things, like you can add a sticky note. You can add a sticky note. You can add a YouTube video. So just to show you, you can also so the videos are particularly useful. If you want to put a training video for a particular transaction, you can also do that. So you can have this HTML viewer. This can be used to host either a video or either a report. So you can put anything you want. So just to take a YouTube video and showcase that you can do that, I'll just go to youtube.com, and you want to know more about persona, you can simply say SAP screen personas, and you'll see a lot of videos which you can just download or see online and know more about persona. So my favorite is one here by Roy Kowalski. So I just click on this video and I want to put that into the SAP screen. All I have to do is do a share and click on the embed, copy this, and go back to my screen here, and here I just have to put that embed code, and I just delete everything which is not there required iframe, because iframe tags are already built into this. So I just delete this and just put this thing inside this source. And as you'll see here, now you can see this YouTube video. You can bring it here, resize it, save and exit, and you'll be able to already link a YouTube video to your SAP screen. You can play it, you can resize it, make it bigger, full screen, and stuff like that. Okay, good. Now I think we have some more time. We can show you some other features quickly. So let's say I go to create sales order from here. Yeah. So this is how the sales order screen looks. And if you see here, this is a very nicely easy screen where you have a lot of drop downs instead of really input boxes. So to convert a drop down, convert a control from input box to drop down, all you have to do is again create a copy. So any control which can be converted, text boxes, the moment I click them, I will see a new control coming here, convert control. So I can convert to a drop down or a radio button. So I'll do a drop down this time. And I just have to put the, so if you know for order type, it can be OR, can be CS, and in reality, there are some hundreds of order types which SAP provides. In reality, you might be using only 2 or 3. So to make it easy for your people, if you want to create a drop down, you just have to do a label, let's say standard order, and give a value to that. So the value is OR in this case. Oops. And maybe we'll add one more, saying that promotion, maybe AA, that's the value for promotion, I guess. And if you want to make anything the default, also you can click on this default button and say OK. So in minutes you can convert something from a plain input box to a standard order, and these are the fields which are also not mandatory. If you want to make it mandatory, you can also make a non-mandatory field mandatory just by clicking here. And if you want to add a tooltip, new tooltip, what you will do is just click on this. You can add or update the tooltip. So here you can say that enter okay. So you can also add an update tooltip, which makes it easier for people to enter something there. You can also add a sticky note. Yeah, so you can add a sticky note. Sticky note is something by which one can know what he has to do. So some kind of note, and you can also collapse it. Okay, so these are the basic features of Persona, and all these flavors. So as you see here, now it has become a drop down. Okay, and here if you click, see here, this new tooltip has come. Enter distribution channel 30 here, and there's a sticky note as well. Okay, so there are cool features of Personas. You can do a lot using scripting. You can really automate steps one by one and can reduce a lot of clicks. Okay, now question is, how do you have to create it for every individual, or does every individual has to create this? Answer is no. Okay, so what you can do is you can go to this this one and can say share with others. So once you create a flavor, let's say your IT department is creating a flavor, you can share the flavor either with a group of people, group of Personas user, or a particular user. So the idea is you can have different flavors for different set of people. Okay, for the same screen, for the same transactions. And if you want, you do not have to give any authority to people to change it. Everything can be done completely from IT, and the flavors are shared so that people have to use only those flavors. And this basic view, if you want, you can keep it, or you can also hide it completely. Well, I think this brings me to the end of the demo, but I'll go back. To the slides and ask Mukesh if there are any questions.
Yeah, Pratyush, there are two questions which have come up on the chat. One is question, is this part of standard ECC 6.0? The second question is, can I personalize screen depending upon authorization? So, can I open up the line for questions? I'll open up all the telephone lines.
Yes.
Okay. So, I've just opened up all the, unmuted all the phone numbers. So, if you can answer these two questions, maybe others will join in with their questions.
Yes. So, I'll answer this question using this architecture slide. So, Personas is an add-on to NetWeaver stack, and all it needs is that you can install Personas on the NetWeaver box. So, it needs an SAP NetWeaver app. It's an app add-on. And all you need is a kernel 7.21. That is the minimum release required. So irrespective of EHP, you can have a kernel 7.21 upgrade. Most of you already have kernel 7.21, and then Personas will work. Personas will be rendered through ITS server, Internet Transaction Server, and it will be accessed by as a browser, as a link. You will be giving links to your people, and they will access that using the link. Every time, the first time they access the link, first time they access a flavor, or first time they access Personas, the browser will install this Silverlight plugin. It will take you to Microsoft and install the Silverlight plugin. That is what is required. No client installation is required at all. What is the second question?
Second question was, can I personalize? So the second question was, can I personalize screen depending upon authorization?
So there are two things. One is you can the SAP authorization object, they are respected. You don't change any authorization of on any users. If you are not authorized to access a certain FICO transaction, you will not be able to access using personas. Okay, that is one. Secondly,
Mahesh. Yeah, Mukesh, one thing, for SAP GUI, if it is not a web GUI, then for a SAP GUI, can we use this one? Or only this can be called using a HTTP protocol?
it is used for SAP GUI. It is completely used for SAP GUI, but the rendering happens through ITS, Internet Transaction Service. The personalization only happens for SAP GUI, nothing else.
Okay. So now what I mean to say is, this is only for SAP web GUI.
Yes, I mean you can say the SAP GUI rendered through web.
Okay, so this is rendered only through HTTP protocol. For example, the normal GUI logon pad which you are using, that cannot be personalized using SAP Personas.
No, that cannot be personalized. You won't be using that anymore once you use personas.
Okay, okay.
Satyush, this is Ashish here.
Ashish?
Satyush, when I said that can we personalize the screen depending on the authorization, what I meant, you were giving a demo for order type, and when you selected the order type as a standard order. Let's say if I have two users, one user who is supposed to access order type standard order, and second user who is supposed to access order type Z order.
Okay.
Can I personalize these two different order types for two different people?
Yes, you can do that. So what you do is you create two flavors, and to make it simple, what you do is let me just go to this create sales order. It's very easy to understand here. This order type you are seeing here. So for one user, you give only maybe the standard order as a drop down. You don't give anything else. For the second user, you give the Z order as the drop down. So and then assign that flavor to first user, and the second one which is Z order to the second user. That is one way to do it. The second way is you have both, but if the second user accesses the standard order, he will fail because the authorization object which is there in SAP will take over from there. So he cannot.
Yeah, that's unknown.
Yeah.
Pratyush, there was another question around the licensing of personas. How is the licensing of personas being done?
Yeah, so the licensing of personas is done based on the personas user. So the minimum is 100 users, so you can have a base pack of 100 users, and everybody who's using persona or using the SAP GUI persona will be considered as a personas user.
To continue to that same question, looks, this is a designer, so having one designer like Visual Studio or NWDS, so I will customize my screens, whatever transactions I know as a basis guy, I know whom to give, whom not to give. Based on that, the identify business process I will customize at one central location, and I will authorize these customized screens to the respective users. So I don't want to give this persona to all the users. Only as a developer studio is similar to centralized location. So I'll centralize. I'll customize the transactions and I'll give the authorization to the users. So that case only one license is enough, right?
No. Every user. So you'll be assigning to a particular user. So if you see here, I'll go to this. I'll share with others. So when you share with others, you will assign to a user or a user group. So if you assign to a user group, everybody in the user group are called personas users. So everybody who is accessing the screen using personas will be counted as a one license.
Okay, Mukesh, it is like one license for one login.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi. I just want to know, like, whether this is
Your
can
call
be
has
used
been
as
put
a.
on hold. Please stay on the line or call later. आपका कॉल होल्ड पर है. कृपया लाइन पर बने रहें.
One
You
has
don't
put
want
our
to
call
call.
on hold.
करें. आपने कॉल.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, can you please repeat your question? And a little louder, please.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, whether this can be used as a replacement for ESS and MSS.
निहारिका 6 में कुछ हुआ है प्रॉब्लम?
Pratyush?
No.
Pratyush, the
I
question
don't-
is, can this be used as a replacement for ESS and MSS?
क्या हो गया?
Yeah, so ESS and MSS, it actually, as you know, it's a portal-based content with WebDin Pro, and ESS MSS for the portal has been designed to make it look like the things which the employee wants. So first of all, there are two ways to this question. One is whether I can personalize the portal content using SAP Sim Persona. Answer is no. If you want to replace ESS MSS, or you want to ask your people to use the SAP GUI. So why is ESS MSS portal came in? Because the employees found it difficult to use the SAP GUI, right? So if you want to really personalize the SAP GUI of ESS MSS and give it to your users, you can do that. You can make it simpler. You can make it a nice website kind of looking thing, and you can do that as well. But I won't say it will replace ESS MSS. This is a compromise.
Okay.
And one more
Are
thing.
there any
Mukesh,
further questions?
Yeah, Mukesh, for customized transactions also, this is more or less similar, right? It is not like only for standard SAP transactions and not for customized transactions.
No,
Anything like
anything for which you have
Any
coded,
SAP transaction.
yeah, any Z code,
Any
anything
SAP.
is fine. Yes, that's fine.
that. Okay.
Is there any further question?
Any further question?
When Mukesh, when you are speaking about the HTML add-ons or anything which you will be personalizing on your screen. Similarly, see, we have PDF files which we will be providing as a training document. Any such files can be embedded into the transaction so that if a user is having any doubts, you can go to the embedded file and you can just view the PDF document and then come back and do the rest of the transaction.
Yeah, so good question. One is, yes, you can embed this, let's say, where is your, you can show it inside a HTML viewer, this PDF file, inside this control, okay, or you can also give a link by which you click on the link and go to the PDF file which is hosted. You can do that.
Okay, using the shared, maybe a shared location or something, I can just give the link and I can refer to
Yeah,
that.
you can host it in the website, in your intranet, and he can go and just take it from there. You can go there, or you can, yeah.
Pratyush?
Yes,
Hi, this is Om Prakash over here.
I am Prakash.
I just want to know that, if we do not have a WebDin Pro environment over here, we only have SAP GUI. So, will it work over here, this persona?
Yes, you don't have to have WebDin Pro. Any ERP box, you have the ITS installation also passed through that as a free installation. So you have the ITS infrastructure. You do not have to buy new servers or new memories. You can just enable ITS and you can give the link to the users to access. Then they need not access the SAP logon anymore. They can use this link to access SAP Screen Persona.
Okay.
Satish,
Second thing
one
is
more
that,
thing.
go ahead.
Yeah, please go on.
The thing is, for quality and we have a quality and development server. So licensing is even applicable to quality and development servers?
No, it is only for a particular personal user. So as the final production usage. So whoever, I mean, if you say 100 people, so 100 people are using this transaction, then it is applicable to them. The good thing is you can you can develop these screens or develop these flavors in a development, and you can transport them to quality as well as production. So you can the SAP transports works with this. You don't have to buy a triple license for that.
Okay.
So you can
Any
go
further
to the
questions?
Launchpad also.
Sorry, can you please repeat your question?
No, I was just telling that you can go to the BI Launchpad also by clicking on the link there. So you can also
Okay.
access different systems. Okay, I think we have no further questions.
Okay, so I have just created a poll on your feedback, so it will be good if you can let us know your opinion. And we are also recording this session, so we will also share a recorded version of this presentation with you, so that if you want to discuss this internally within your organization, you can do so at a later point in time. And if there is something that you missed during this webcast, you can again see it at a later point in time.
Just to also let the audience know, this product has been in huge demand. It was released on December 7th last year, and within 20 days we sold 5 licenses globally and 2 in India. The first 2 personal deals happened in India. I won't name the customers, and we are having a lot, as we count the number of users, a number of companies who are buying this are just growing rapidly. So this is a solution where it has caught the fancy. People are appreciating this solution. It really solves a lot of adaptability or usability issues and make things easier for the user. So if you need further, please contact me or Mukesh. We'll be happy to show you a detailed demo and answer it.
A small suggestion add to that. Since the ultimate motto of the persona is to improve the usage, improve the UI, user interface, on the existing customers, not the new customer. I mean existing customers. So existing customers already spent a lot of amount on buying licenses. On top of that, you are charging this as again it's not a free of the existing users. So ultimately the motto is to improve the UI. That is a part of your this one. I don't know how you are charging this as a separate licenses.
Okay, I mean we have spent also considerable amount of time to improve this. So it's not a huge amount of money anyway, and it is not only to improve the user experience, it is also to bring in a lot of efficiency. Using scripting, you can reduce a lot of steps, and thereby you can reduce your cost. So there's a lot of benefits. Yeah, I mean we can debate why it's not free, why it's not free, or why we're charging. So let's defer that next time we meet. Maybe.
Any further question? I have also opened a poll asking whether the webinar was useful. Apart from this, if you have any suggestions in terms of what other content that you would like us to cover in future webinars, do let us know. If you have any other feedback that you would like to give us, please feel free to reply to the email that I'm going to send out with a link to the recording. Yeah, please go on.
Yeah, that's all. The link of the recording session will be mailed to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it will come to you as an email.
To discuss with my manager. That's
Yeah, so that will come to you as a email. So not attention.
Okay. And like maybe some white papers if I can download. What is your website or anything so that I can
Yeah, so
go and
the
download some
email
white
that I'm going to send out will have links to the YouTube video that Pratyush mentioned. It will also have the email ID to which you can respond back. It will also have a link to the recording and any further information that is relevant to this particular topic.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you can also go to sapfinpersonas.com and you can know a lot about the solution. sapfinpersonas.com. It is here on my screen.
So I would like to thank Pratyush for taking time and doing the presentation for us, and all the other participants who joined, and hope the presentation was interesting and useful. See you guys all at the next webcast. Talk to you guys soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.